In this video, let us continue user-defined functions. In part 1, we have seen how to write a program using function in C. A C program is made up of one or more functions, one of which is main. Execution always begins with main, no matter where it is placed. Other functions are executed in the order in which functions are called. When a function is called, the calling function temporarily stops its execution and control goes to called function. When the called function finishes its execution, control returns back to the calling function and resumes its execution. Here is a program with three functions: main, first and second. Program execution begins with function main. Beginning of main will be printed first. Next statement is a call to function first. Main stops execution and control goes to first. Inside first will be printed. End of function first, so control goes back to main and main resumes its execution. Within main is printed. Next statement is called to function second. Main stops its execution and control goes to function second. Inside second will be printed. Finishes its task and control goes back to main. Main continues its execution and end of main will be printed. Function definition may appear in any order. Functions are executed in the order in which function call is made. In this program, we have written the function first after the function second. However, the program generates the same output as the previous one, since the function call is in the same order in both the cases. A function cannot be defined more than once in a program. Hence, the function add has been defined twice. This is an error. One function cannot be defined within another function definition. Here, add has been defined within main. This is an error. Function calls may be nested many levels deep. Nested function call simply means that one function can call another, which in turn can call another. In the program shown here, first is called from function main and second is called from function first. Here you can see that the output is different from the previous one. Beginning of main is printed first. Go to function first. Inside first is printed. Go to function second. Inside second is printed. Goes back to first. End of first is printed. Goes back to main. Within main is printed. End of main is printed and then the program execution stops. Here the function main calls first and the first in turn calls second. When a function is called, the calling function may send data into the called function. Data that are sent into the function are called actual arguments or simply arguments. Here, function add is called with two arguments 2 and 3. Next statement shows that add is called with arguments n1 and n2. In order to receive the value sent to the function definition has special variables called parameters. Here a and b are parameters in the function add. The arguments that appear in the function call are known as actual arguments or actual parameters. The parameters that appear in the function header are called formal arguments or formal parameters. N1 and N2 are actual arguments. Num1 and Num2 are formal arguments. Actual and formal arguments are matched by position. Each formal parameter receives the value of its corresponding actual parameter. When the function add is called, the value of n1 is copied to num1 and the value of n2 is copied to num2. A function can be called any number of times. The actual parameter may differ from one function call to another. Here, add is called several times with different arguments passed each time. A function may send a value back to the part of the program that called the function. Here, 2 and 3 is passed to the function add and the function returns back 5 to the main function. The function call will be replaced with value 5. Then 5 will be stored in the variable result using the assignment operator. The return statement not only returns a value back to the calling function, it also returns control back to the calling function. If no value is to be returned back, we can simply write return. The return just transfer the control back to the called position. In this case, return statement is optional. If no return statement appears in a function definition, control automatically returns to the calling function after the last statement of the called function is executed. Several arguments can be passed into a function. Only one value can be returned from it. A function can return one of several values based on the evaluation of certain conditions. Here, the function large can return either a or b. Now, let us see what is a local variable and a global variable. A local variable is defined inside a function and is not accessible outside the function. A global variable is defined outside all functions and is accessible to all functions in its scope. Here x is declared inside function main, so x is a local variable. If you try to access x inside another function display, then it will be an error. Since variable x is local to main, it is accessible only inside main. Now let us declare x outside function definitions. Here x is a global variable. It is accessible throughout the program. If you try to print the value of x inside display, it will execute correctly. Now let us discuss some of the advantages of using function. The function provides modularity to the program. A program may be broken up into a set of manageable functions or modules. This is called modular programming. Here the program has one long complex function containing all the statements necessary to solve a problem. Instead of writing one long function that contains all the statements necessary to solve a problem, several smaller functions can be written, with each one solving a specific part of the problem. These small functions can then be executed in the desired order to solve the problem. This approach is sometimes called divide and conquer approach because a large problem is divided into several smaller problems that are more easily solved. The function provides reusable code. If a specific task is performed in several places in a program, a function can be written once to perform that task and then be executed anytime it is needed. When the program is divided into functions, it is easy to manage and debug. We are hiding the details on how something is done in the function implementation. For example, when we use printf, we are using it without knowing how it is being implemented. This is known as function abstraction.